Hey, happy Thursday. It's a beautiful day and the sun's coming out, and yeah, it's a really good day to be alive. And I'm happy to be here myself. I've been out, I went out on a field trip yesterday. Yeah, got to go away on a trip. I went to up to Port Townsend in this town called Squim. I just rode the buses yesterday. Cost me all of $4, and I went like on an all-day bus excursion to enjoy the day. Yeah, it was lovely. So anyway, I'm now in day 4, and it's going good. It is. I have the thing that I have in my toolkit is an understanding and a determination and a will. And I see the possibility. I see the potential. I understand the properties. And I feel the cure. I can feel it. I feel all these things happening. And so my mind is got it all under observation and has to deal with all of the constant jabber, and there's jabber. Because when you're dealing with habits, nobody's going to fool you better than you. And so, it becomes kind of an art of trickery to a certain degree, because we have to readjust our mind completely to what our body seemingly is telling us. Now, our mind will say, oh, I'm hungry because my stomach is doing this or that or the other. But if you're, instead of having it say, I'm hungry, what your mind says instead is that my stomach is now shrinking, and my organs are going back to a rudiment and a simplicity that benefits the body. Because what goes on in your stomach and intestines and then in your bowels, these are the hardest working organs because we abuse them the most. Because everything that we put in our mouth goes down our throat, it lands in the stomach and goes through the intestines and the bowels. And it takes up 80% of our energy to just do that. So how in the world can your body heal when it's spending most of its time fighting against all the poisons that we're pouring down our throats? That just doesn't make any logical sense. But this is what humans do. And I know I was one of them. And to combat this is no easy task. I a lot of people just think, man, whatever you're doing, you're foolish. Well, it takes a fool to know a fool, I suppose. And nobody's fooling me. Nobody's fooling you. Who's the fool? What describes the fool? Oh, as a matter of fact, I just happen to have my Webster's. It's the new compact office dictionary. And it simply says that a fool, windbag, a silly or stupid person, a jester, a victim of a trick, dupe, to act like a fool, to joke, to meddle, to trick, deceive, or fool around, to trifle, foolery. Now, tell me, have you been any one of these descriptions in your life? Ever? I know I have. And I continue to be so. Now, I've been fooled by a lot of things. Now, one of the things that I've been fooled by is people's agreement. Now, see, I'm foolish enough to keep an agreement. And if I'm going to change an agreement, I will bring it up and I will say, look, this agreement needs to change. But in the meantime, I'll keep my agreements. Now, a lot of people don't keep their agreements. They act like they're keeping their agreements. They'll tell you that you're the fool or you're the idiot because you think that the agreements are something else. But, if your true instincts tell you something and your observation and your practical experience tells you something and you know you're being fooled, who's the fool? The person that's fooling you or yourself? Who's fooling who? And I can tell you lots of stories about being fooled. And I don't know that telling a bunch of stories is necessary if you just understand the gist. Because we're being fooled all the time. I was fooled into believing so many things. So many things. And until that I unduped myself and started looking at things differently and really seeing it all as a matrix and understanding how the complexity of the simplicity is. And when you understand the simplicity, it does seemingly get easier, but none of it's ever easy because nobody wants to be taken. Nobody wants to be a fool. And everybody wants to work hard and play hard to enjoy their lives and all that stuff. But the problem is that people just live in a denial about how they're being played and who's playing them. And so often it's ourselves. We're being played by ourselves. And we're fooling ourselves. And we don't want to admit it. When we're on a ship of fools and we're acting foolhardily and we're fooling around, jesting and joking, who's the fool? I don't know. I'm asking you. I got a poem. This one happens to be really appropriate. I don't know why, but it seems that it is. It's called A Fool is a Fool. My life, turning the spool, weaving the fabric and playing the fool. Moment by moment, living in trust. No past attachments, I just do as I must. Observers may wonder what makes me grow. Following instincts, a fool only knows. A constant adventure, like a carnival ride. No outward proof of the kingdom inside. Falling from mountains to soar like a bird, with no safety nets, it seems so absurd. Fools never question the path that they're on. A fool is a fool until they are gone. Yeah, something like that. So, what does that have to do with anything? It has to do with everything. And when it comes to the urine therapy, see, people think I'm a fool. That I'm drinking my own pee and rubbing it all over my body. Why, yes, I am. And they think I'm a fool for doing so. But I listen to people. That's one of my skills. I listen to people carefully. And I hear a lot of people talk about their agony, their aches and their pains. They talk about the medications they're on. And they talk about all of the money that they don't have. And the life they're not living correctly. They do talk about it. But with a rationalization and a justification. Because everybody wants to think that whatever they're doing is okay, that it's all right. But if you aren't searching for the solutions when cures are at your fingertips, literally? Who's the fool? I think that is a really good proverbial ponderance for consideration. Yeah, I do. So, with all that being said, I wish you a beautiful, wonderful, marvelous day. And that the love light just shines on you in every way, all day, every day, because you deserve it. Peace now. Boom! Ha ha! You've just been loved.